Hey guys, what's up and welcome to part 3 of the Space Logo Design Challenge. Today I'm going to actually go and pitch the logo that I've designed in the previous 2 episodes. As Paula Scher of Pentagram said, everybody can design a logo, but go out and sell it to the management of the company where everybody has their own opinion and they're kind of arguing with each other. That's actually the skill that separates the amateur from the pros, and that's the skill you need if you want to make a lot of money selling brand identities to companies. So we're gonna go dress up, gonna give them a show. Let's rock and roll.
Ladies, gentlemen, Mr. Patty, it's a pleasure to be with you here today. Been spending the last few weeks, thinking about the challenge of what should the logo of the space company be like, and I've actually had a pleasure to been thinking about this, and I really enjoyed it. There's two kind of established player in your space: NASA, very established and kind of old school in one way, and then SpaceX, which is very kind of innovative, and people are looking up to this company. But I believe that, with the right positioning and the right service that you're going to provide, we can kick Elon's butt out of the water. And so let me get started and show you what I've been thinking about. So I was thinking about the brief that you shared with me, how you want to be kind of brave, how your spacesuit has been designed by Nike. And something struck me as odd a little bit, that your slogan is actually to space and back safely. The word safely, it actually didn't really resonate with me, thinking about all the other references and stuff that you gave me in your brief, because, the company that you want to be, going beyond, to infinity and beyond, is not kind of a safe company. I don't actually think that a companies like Apple or maybe Nike would use the word safe to describe their product, even though obviously their product has to be safe. Because I think there's something very bold and brave that you're trying to do, send people into space, into the moon, and into other places super quickly. And so I think that you should stand up for something more than that. And let me show you what I've been thinking about. So had the concept of, I was thinking a lot about what does it mean to send people to space, and it reminded me of the idea that every one of us have about the spacemen. We all have this kind of reference in our mind. What would the first astronaut look like? What do people in space would look like? This kind of association with, being an explorer, seeing something for the first time, the adventure and boldness that it takes to create this one first step. And there's another thing about a spaceman. It's not just us, the spacemen. It is the people that we might encounter when we go into outer space. You told me that you don't believe that we are alone in the universe, and I do think that once you get people to start traveling to the stars, you might encounter, hopefully, friendly people. And so when I was looking at both these visual references, one thing struck me as kind of similar between them. They both have this kind of like round, big head with the big eye. And I was trying to think, how can I use this? So I was looking at the moon one day, and I was kind of imagining what would happen if the spaceman would just come on top of it. And weirdly enough, I was looking at this abstract shape of this, and it turned out to be kind of an iconic shape. Something that is really simple in one way, but then again, it looks fresh, it looks bold. And when you turn it around, it can actually be the C in the space logo. And so this is how the space logo can look like when it's out there in space, when it's on your Nike designed spacesuit, or on your highly designed spaceship. So that's it, my friends. I'm pretty sure this logo will serve you well and take you to infinity and beyond. Good luck.
All right, so that was pretty fun. Presentations are always exciting, and I always kind of build myself up to be confident, so I practice in my head what I'm going to say. And if you've been following along those two previous episodes, then you know that I got to this logo in kind of a random, by what we call like a happy mistake. I wasn't planning on this direction, but I've built this presentation to kind of pitch the idea logically as if this was my idea
from the get-go. And I think that this is part of what you need to understand. You need to sell the idea logically to your client to make sense for them why this is the best solution for them. You cannot come up to them and say, I was just playing around in Illustrator until this looked good to me, because this is not selling. You have to understand that part of what you're actually selling them is the confidence that this is the right solution for them. Because again, they might not know anything about design, and they might have a gut feeling for it or against it, but they need your confidence and your logic to know that this is the right solution for their company. I see a lot of designers come up to this presentation not really confident. They're like, yeah, so this is what I have so far. I'm not really sure about this. And this is like the most horrible way to sell your work, because if you're not confident, your client can read it into you and then they won't like it. So it's super important. Again, as a designer, I'm never 100% happy with my work, but when I go into these presentations, I'm not saying faking it, and I'm not saying you should kind of bullshit your client into bad design. You should have standards and should always try to deliver good work. But since I'm never 100% happy with my work, I can't bring this unhappiness to the pitch and presentation. I always have to come in, clean my head, say, all right, this is what we have. This is what we were able to pull with the budget and the timeline and the deadline. So I'm going to go in, all in on this, and I'm going to tell them and explain to them that this is the best solution that we could come up with under those circumstances, and and believe in it when you're pitching it. So I really enjoyed working on this project and doing this video series. I got I was having so much fun doing this then, and I have so much more actually to talk about this. I'm actually thinking about creating a whole course around logo design, because there is like so much more to talk about, colors, the brand guidelines, and a lot of other stuff. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in learning more about this. Hopefully I'll win the MacBook Pro. My wife needs it. All right. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you next week.